Okay, so today we're going to be talking about dating, and to start off, I thought it would be helpful to kind of have some context about what it looks like for Americans. And so, according to Pew Research, in 2020, 31% of Americans are single, and 15% of those 31% are looking, and 15% are not looking. There's a difference by race. So white people make up 28%, or 28% of white people are single. For Black people, it's 47%. For Latinx, 27%. And then there's also a difference in terms of sexual orientation. So 29% of straight people versus 47% of gay, lesbian, or bisexual people. The Pew Research didn't break down other sexual orientations, so that's all I got to work with, y'all. So yeah, what does all of this mean in terms of dating in this year? So that some of that information is a little dated, and we have been in the panorama for some time. And so today we are super fortunate to have a woman who's going to share a little bit of her dating experiences. It is Lisa Holmes.
Good morning, all.
Thank you for joining us. We are super excited to just kind of hear about your dating experiences. And can you tell us a little bit about your Hot Auntie Summer that you've just been experiencing?
So this summer I made the conscious decision that I was going to enjoy this summer meeting new people, males specifically, trying things that I hadn't tried, like being open to new experiences. And I feel like I achieved that quite a bit. I met a lot of different guys on dating apps. One thing that I realized is that they all were open to hanging out or doing whatever I asked, which was something I felt like I had not tapped into before. I always was like, well, what do you want to do? And so I was like, well, I want to do X, Y, Z. And they're like, okay.
Okay, so you were more directive in your dating.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I had a purpose. Like this is what I wanted. I went out. I found it.
Now, what were you looking for?
This summer I was just looking to get out there and just experience as many guys as I could that still were people that had potential.
Okay.
In the summers, I have nothing to do. No work, no nothing. So I'm way more accessible, can spend way more time getting to know someone. So I wanted to take advantage of that because in the fall, it's over. So I took the summer to get to know a lot of guys.
And what does this getting to know look like? Were these dates? Was this text? Was it phone calls, video calls?
So texting, meeting up for dates.
Now, you mentioned experiencing things you've never experienced before for this summer. What was the before like to what things were you experiencing now? Or what things were you like, this is my goal for the summer. I need to do this, this, and this. Like, how did you approach that?
So I got out of a relationship that I had been in for 3 years at the end of last year, so December. And so I gave like that waiting period where I was like, well, we might go back, might not go back, might go back, not go back. So by the summer, I had come to the conclusion that it was done. So many things had happened and I was just like, I'm just done. Where I wanted to like be firm in what I thought, what I believed, and trust my gut, right? Because so many times before I'd always second guess that, and it turned out my gut was right the whole time. So there's this guy that I met that I was really into, and then he ghosted me. Completely ghosted me. My gut said he ghosted me because he couldn't handle all the pressures that were being thrown at him. Like he had like 50 different things that happened to him in like a week span. And that it just was over and I needed to be okay with it. But because you're a woman, you're like,
but was he fine though?
He was.
He was fine.
He was cute. He checked all my boxes. So I was really disappointed that we didn't make it any further, but my gut was like, this is not a reflection of you. And so I finally got back in contact with him and found out it was not. Everything I thought was true. So that really empowered me to be like, okay, I do know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm talking about. I can navigate this and have the things that I want. And I just gotta be like, listen to myself.
Nice to not get sidetracked, because I feel like a lot of people who are out there in the dating world, like that would completely throw them for a 180, and then they go like completely inward, start doubting themselves, and really take themselves off the market. So, I mean, kudos to you to like this almost being like a catalyst for you to get out there and get what you want. So what do you want? How many's on the roster? What's happening?
Yes.
Well, at this time, I'm also now dating with a purpose, right? So I'm not just meeting new people to add to a roster anymore. I'm looking and being open to my husband, right? So with that, I don't have a roster. I just am talking to one person at a time. I know.
Okay.
I'm trying. But a lot of like people are saying like, if he's not your husband, you should be dating as many people as possible. I just know that with all the things I have to do in a day, I can only focus on one person. Like I can have side chats with other people, like, and I'm keeping it super casual, like coffee or like maybe drinks, but not full-blown dates. I just don't have the time.
What do we call this moment? Because you went from Hot Auntie Summer and now we're in the fall. What is this?
know.
Husband seeking Lisa time? Like what is this?
Lisa time.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it is.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, I think I'm getting, now, like this summer just really helped me narrow down that I am not the crazy one. Like, you know, people, because they made me think I was the crazy
gaslighting.
one. The gaslighting. The this, the that. And I was like, it turns out I'm not the crazy person. I'm not asking for too much.
You are not.
I am asking for what I need, and that is what it is. And if you cannot supply that, then you must be on your way.
Off the roster.
And that's what, and just having that confidence has really, I can tell, like, kept me from falling into old patterns. Because I could have been dating someone by now.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
That's not the question. It is, what intention and purpose do I want out of it now? And those people were not husband material because they were not going to offer me what I was asking for beyond some penis, which is fine.
I mean, depending on the time and place and what you're wanting, but in this season, you're feeling more emboldened.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Good.
So you're bringing up a lot of kind of things that a lot of people are experiencing when they're dating. So from ghosting to breadcrumbing, right? And so breadcrumbing is this thing that people do where they show small amounts of interest to kind of keep you in rotation, to keep you on their roster, but they have no intention of having a meaningful relationship with you. So they might think of you as a backup plan. They might think of you as a booty call. They might think of you as, you know, like a distraction in between the monotony of their lives. And so we want you to be kind of aware if you're being breadcrumbed. Does that work for you? Are your needs being met? Are you okay with that? And if breadcrumbing is not something that is working for you, you can call a thing, call it out, and then move accordingly.
Well, I think this is a good segue to deal breakers, green flags, red flags. Do you ladies want to mention some?
So green flags, you make your own money legally. That's a thing.
Oh, well, dang. I mean, does it matter how much money? Because if they're making $10 an hour.
I mean, to me, no. Your money's your money.
Okay, so $10 an hour, you can work with that. That's still a green flag because they're making their own money legally.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you. I think a green flag for me certainly is someone who is committed to their own emotional awareness, right? Like someone who can communicate what it is that they're feeling. They're aware that they're feeling things. They're not kind of shut down or stuck or pretending like they don't care about things that they care about. So that's super important for me. And another green flag is they need to be fine. Okay, they need to be fine. Okay, I'm fine. You need to be fine. Okay, I'm gonna need that. So are there any red flags?
You have no job.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. We laugh, but there's so many of those.
There are so many of those. No home to stay.
Ooh, no home. Ooh, that's a big red flag. And you know, as it gets colder out, they're really looking.
Sure.
They really looking. They on the dating apps.
Yes, that's why I am saying it, so that people understand. Those people that want to come over.
The unhoused. Okay. So another red flag would be someone who says one thing and does another, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of that is integrity, a little bit of that is consistency. Do what you say you're going to do. That's for sure a red flag for me. Okay. So I think we got some red flags, some green flags. Any other red flags we want to add?
Now, what about red flags and green flags for a moment in time? Because we talk about F-boys a lot in the world, but I just feel like sometimes you just do want an F-boy.
Correct.
For just to satisfy an itch, and then you move on. But you don't actually want to be with an F-boy because they are an F-boy. So didn't F-boys play a lot into your Hot Auntie Summer?
Yes, but I will say that for sure, the one that has hung around the longest, I literally had an open, honest conversation with him and was like, looky here, I'm moving on to finding my husband. And he was like, okay, I want that for you. And I was like, thanks.
F-boy with the green flag.
And
that communication.
That's what like I've loved about this summer is it's empowered me to have that conversation in person with him. So there's no gray. It's literally, this is what I want. We both are aware because he communicated with me that this is not what he wants. He does not want a relationship. I'm not trying to make him do something he doesn't want to do. That is the other thing I realized. Yes. I cannot make him into a boyfriend when he's telling me.
Talk about it.
When he's telling me that he does not want to be my boyfriend. So that's the other thing is there's listening.
Yes.
There's listening and there's communicating. Yes, it really works if you say what you want and mean what you say and are consistent in your delivery, and you will just be surprised what people are willing to do.
So you're hitting at something, Lisa, that is just, I think, really important for people that are dating. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And so a lot of times someone will say, I don't want a relationship. And we will think that that does not apply to us. We are going to change this person. Oh, they don't want to have any children? Oh, no. I know that they didn't mean that for me. They meant that for other people. And so really kind of getting into a space where if someone doesn't want the same thing that you want, doesn't mean that they're a bad or horrible person, but do not believe that you're going to have the ability to change them.
Now, Hot Auntie Summer, so Lisa's searching for her husband. Do you have any concerns about this upcoming season of...
You got some clingy exes.
I have some very clingy exes, and they continue to try. So I got something for them.
Oh.
And it's a dose of honesty. I'm now in the season of looking for my husband, and you are not him. We both are very aware of that. Your actions do not line up to what you say, so we're aware.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that I can always fall into any of those traps, but the pluses are that my life is so filled at this moment. I just don't really have the time to play around with all the rest.
Do you feel like what you have the time for has changed from what it looked like when you were in your 20s and dating?
Oh, no, I literally mean time. Like, I literally mean, like, my life is so filled with so many different things, kids, work, family, that I don't have that time. Before, I feel like my life, when I was in my 20s, no, my life was not that filled. Like, I had days of free time.
Oh, wow.
Now I have hours. So I want to be really intentional with who I spend that time with and how I spend that time. So I don't have time for the spider webbing.
Yeah, so I have this theory that when it gets cold and the spider webs come out, start seeing spiders, that's when them exes be crawling out.
Yes.
Okay. That's when they come out and they will message you. They will find an excuse to come over. They'll send you a song, anything to try to, wiggle their way back into your life. And again, maybe they're just breadcrumbing because they're bored. Maybe it's that they're thinking you can hook up again. I don't know what their intentions are.
I got something for that. It's called a block. Just block their number.
You block them.
Girl, it has saved me a many a time.
But what if they hit you up on a different social media platform?
No.
Hasn't been a problem.
No.
Okay.
I think that people understand, because I have been very honest, that if I'm blocking you, it's because I've told you what it is. We've had the same conversation over and over, and you're not understanding my point of view. So you must be blocked, period.
Is the ex blocked?
He was blocked for a good month, and then I unblocked him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard.
Then I unblocked him, and now he's going to have to be reblocked. But it's just interesting because I don't reach out to him because I have nothing to say. But it's just interesting the timing in which, as you say, the spider webs are coming out. So now the messages are more frequent, and I don't want to answer them, so I just block him. But it won't be a block like you don't know why you're not blocked.
So Lisa, do you have anything you want to give in terms of advice for those that are listening?
Yes. I would say communicate until you're blue in the face. To make sure that you are always in a space where you feel comfortable. Like, you're not crazy. If you feel like something's happening, you need to communicate.
I love that. And I will say that your dating history, it really is, it looks like you have fun. I mean, I'm not mad at it. So I'm definitely taking notes. Thank you, Lisa Holmes, for joining us and sharing about your journey from the Hot Auntie Summer into this amazing journey you're on now to finding your husband. Thank you so much for listening to Emboldened with Jessica. If you want to keep up with us, follow Emboldened with Jessica on Instagram. Until next time. Maybe we need to have you back on when you find that husband. Okay.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yes.
Okay.
And he can come and sit right here.
Ooh, okay, he can.
We gotta get more mics.
That's true. Are you enjoying the show? Subscribe and review to let us know what you think. And share this episode with a friend in your favorite podcast app.